How do you pay your salespeople? How much should you pay in commission? Should you pay a base? These might be a lot of questions that are on your mind. And this is normal for people who haven't fully built out sales teams to be wondering these things. So let me walk you through how to think about this. And this should make things pretty clear for you. So first of all, I'm going to step to the whiteboard. Give me a second and I'll show you what really paying your salespeople is all about. See, most business owners, they make a mistake because they think it's all about the percentage. It's not about the percentage. Here's what it is about. Paying your salespeople is about OTE. So what's OTE mean? On target earnings. So on target earnings. How much money your sales reps will make if they're doing their job properly. That's what it's really about. Now, the sweet spot, and it depends on the talent you're hiring, it depends on the complexity of sale that you have. Very different things, right? So if we want an appointment setter, it's going to be totally different than if we want someone to close 10K packages in one call. Typically, someone who's going to close 10K packages in one call, they're going to get paid somewhere in this range. So someone who can close a 10K package in one call should be able to do about 10 deals a month on the low end, could be able to do about 18 to 20 deals on the high end. So that's going to be the normal range that we'll see based on the numbers of a system like that. And so they should be able to make anywhere between 180 or 100 to 180 grand per year. One of the secrets to paying your salespeople properly is not to pay them so much money, right? What happens if you pay them, let's say 200, 250 or more, sales reps start to feel like they should just be running their own business. And they start to feel like this idea of, oh, well, I'm making this person all this money. I have so much money saved up that, I'm just going to quit this job and I'm going to go do my own thing. Usually at 100 grand a year, they're going to be making a good living, but they're not going to be so far ahead and have so much cash on hand that they just basically take all your secrets. They take everything that they've learned from your business and go and start competing against you, because that's the last thing that you really want. So that's why on target earnings, typically you want to be in this range. If you're looking at potentially like a setter role, so someone who books appointments, someone who does maybe pre-qualification sales, and they're just helping fill out sales opportunity volume, typically we're going to be in this range. So a setter is typically going to make 50 to 70,000 per year. Now, again, consider these are full-time payouts. Now, you might have someone who does let's say 15 hours a week and you're paying them 20 grand a year as a setter. Or you might have someone who's doing 15 hours a week in closing and then they're making, somewhere around 50 grand a year. So it's going to depend. It depends on how much you actually need the person for. Your goal is obviously, if you could have a salesperson full time and you can max out their calendar, you're going to grow your business more than if you don't. So it really comes down to on target earnings. And then what we need to look at is we need to back out the metrics of your system, right? There's not a one size fits all comp plan. Everything's going to depend on the price point of your offer. It's going to depend on your profit margin. It's going to depend on how we do what's called cash flow engineering. So for every $100 you make in your business, how do you distribute that $100 in terms of percentages? What percentage gets reinvested into marketing? What percentage gets allocated into commissions? What percentage goes to owner compensation? What percentage goes to overhead? What percentage goes to paying out the rest of your support team? And what percentage gets allocated to profit? Once we can map that out and we know where we need to be, then we can start to figure out where our levers are and then how we can compensate your salespeople in a way that's fair, that attracts and retains really high level talent, but makes sure that your business is profitable and make sure that they're there for you for the long term and that you're still making what you need to make for it to be worth it in the first place. So that is what we look at when we're considering how to design compensation. And with typically closers, it's going to be more heavily weighted to commission. Most closing positions we do are commission only. Setters are usually a base plus commission, or a base plus appointment booked type of flat rate. So it's not percentage, but it's like, let's say $15 per call booked, and they should be able to book somewhere in the range of 20 calls per week. They can make an extra $300 a week. So $1,200 right there in terms of a month on top of whatever their flat base is going to be. That's going to put you kind of in that sweet spot of where you want to be. So that's how we look at it. It depends on the role we're hiring for. It depends on your price points, your profit margins, how you're designing cash flow engineering, the metrics of your funnel. And we can actually help you design that if you want to talk with our team. And if you're in the process of looking for sales reps to bring onto your team, just go to coachingsales.com/YouTube. You'll find a case study. We'll give you examples of sales teams that we've helped build. And then from there, you can decide if you want to have a conversation with us or not. And if we do have that conversation, we'll work out your commission structures and what's going to attract the right talent for your team. From there, if it makes sense with you, we'd be happy to walk you through the process of how to find and retain seven-figure sales reps. We actually do it for you. So we're not asking you to join a course or some BS like that you probably don't want to do. So again, go to coachingsales.com/YouTube. Or if you want to just check us out on the YouTube channel, we got tons of content here. And I'm happy for you to just explore, kind of get a feel and make sure that this is even in your vein. So I'm Mike Mark, and that's it.